Hey, what's up guys? It's Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Happy Halloween. How you like this hoodie? Pretty badass, right? I grabbed this at Hot Topic, just in case you're wondering. But that's not why we're here. We're here because we got a performance review on the Adidas J-Wall 2. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So as most of you know, if you saw my last as most of you guys know, I wasn't really feeling the traction from the J-Wall 1, but the J-Wall 2 fixed all of that real quick. What we've got here is just full-length wave bone, and it is really soft. So if you guys were planning on using these outdoors, it's probably gonna burn out real fast. However, indoor courts, these things are freaking fantastic. Even if it was on a dusty court, dust didn't really clog anything that was up right here. The midsole and outsole mimics that next-gen Pure Motion that was pretty short-lived. So you got plenty of flexibility and ground cover pretty much all the time. There literally won't be a time when this outsole is not in contact with the ground, which means that you're getting the most bang for your buck out of the traction. Now, the only issue that I came across was at the rear of the shoe. If there is dust present, it clogs this section up real quick, and with that, you'll receive some slipping here and there. No, I don't run, heel to forefoot, but I do use my heel when I'm trying to stop. Now, while I like to think that I have super duper reflexes like this dude here,
perimeter and spectates, that puts Roy Hibbert in a position where he has to stay there.
what I really look like was this dude here.
No, man. I told you, it's our studio.
Yeah. Oh well. Again, like last year's J-Wall 1, I wasn't too thrilled with their cushion. They boasted about having a full-length Adidas Plus midsole, and it really just didn't feel great. It felt like standard EVA. Not bad for quick games or regulated games where there's a lot of stops and timeouts, foul calls, things like that, where you kind of give your legs a break a little bit. But when you're playing pickup ball, usually you play for like 2 to 3 hours, maybe even more. And when that happens, your legs just die out on you. However, just like the traction, the cushion was much improved between the two models. Not quite enough to give it that, starting 5 rating, but it is one of those things where you're going to notice it, especially in the heel. It's very bouncy back there. And then the forefoot, you don't lose really any court feel, but you gain a little bit of cushion compared to the last model and compared to, like, say, the Crazy Quicks. So you got a perfect blend between court feel without sacrificing much cushion. Now, the insole that they came with is one of those cheap, thin paper ones. Throw that away and put in something a little bit beefier. It's going to give you just a tad bit more comfort as far as stepping comfort. Just know that the cushion on these guys is great for guards who want court feel without sacrificing too much cushion. A little bit of a difference between these and, say, the D-Rose 6. Performance review on those coming soon. Be patient. Now, as far as materials, I really feel like a broken record when it comes to Adidas, but it totally depends on the colorway. I haven't had a chance to try out any of the other versions, and I won't, so please don't ask. But there are a couple of different options available. So the first version is this guy right here. These are basically synthetic everything all along the entire upper. Not my favorite type of material, but it gets the job done and it's pretty durable. It shows very little signs of wear for those of you that seem to be shocked that, shoes crease when you flex. However, if you're looking for a shoe that's basically made out of wood, try a pair of T-Max. Those things don't move at all. Now, what I dislike about this material is just the way that it flexes. It doesn't feel natural with the foot, and when you have something like Prime Knit to compare it to, this just seems second rate. Now, their second option is the synthetic and mesh blend. Again, I don't have a pair, so I don't have anything to compare it to. It's just based off an assumption, but they look like they're going to flex and move a little bit better than, say, this stuff here, this plasticky material. What I'd recommend though is going in store, trying them on, maybe feeling the material. That's the only surefire way for you to know which material you might prefer over the other. Me personally, I just know that this is not for me, and especially after wearing it, totally a no-go. As far as their fit is concerned, in my opinion, it's just a little bit awkward. Lengthwise, they fit great. Widthwise, they start off a tad bit narrow, but then once you start wearing them and breaking them in, you really can feel that the forefoot area has a lot of dead space, especially between the top of your foot and the material itself. Now, that dead space that's featured right here in the top of the foot has been pretty notorious lately for Adidas products, and the best way to remedy that quickly was to change the insole out for something a little bit thicker, which I actually did, and unfortunately it just didn't work this time around. But wide footers, you're probably going to really dig these. Now, for me personally, had the fit been a little bit better in the forefoot, the support would have been greatly improved as well. That heel portion is awesome, so no complaints there, but everything in the forefoot just a little bit sloppy for me. Now, Adidas is using what they call the quick frame, so what this thing does is basically act like a wall, keep your foot in place even with the sloppy fit up front. So while forefoot containment isn't the best, if this wasn't there, it would be way worse. So overall, they have some really good elements in place that make them a decently priced on-court model. Like I said before, traction is just awesome. You have a really good blend between court feel and cushion. That heel containment was solid, and while the forefoot suffered from lack of containment, the quick frame really saved them from being complete trash. If you end up grabbing a pair, I think that you're going to like them, especially if you're a wide footer, because a lot of today's shoes fit really weird. Real narrow, real snug, and this is one of those shoes that's kind of catered towards wide footers in my personal opinion. So thank you guys for watching, thanks for all your support, and until next time guys, have a good one.